We have discussed the inline manipulator and also the new line character. There's a bit of a difference between those two, and we also have something called the standard flush manipulator. Now the standard flush is going to flush the output stream, and why this is useful is that data can be kept buffered so that it can all be sent or flushed, in other words, at once. It's more efficient to send a bunch of data all at once than sending bits and pieces of data. So just a note here, the standard inline is actually going to flush the output stream, whereas the new line character does not. Now what is a buffer? Well, a buffer is basically an intermediary memory location where the data will be stored, and then as soon as we flush all of the data all at once out to the console. So the goal with the standard flush is to then flush all of the data at once out to the console instead of doing it bit by bit. Again, as I mentioned, this is more efficient. It's often used for immediate output or for logging, especially when you have a program that may crash unexpectedly. One simple example of where this might be useful is in this example I have int x, and I want you to enter your favorite number, again just as a simple example, and then I go and flush instead of doing end line because I don't want a new line over here, but I want to ensure that I get this printout on the screen into your favorite number. Then I do console input, so cn x, and then I go and print it out, and I also do the show POS for the positive value. I can enter some number. That works as expected, but the point of this is, with flush, the data in the buffer is going to be sent out immediately to the stream, in this case to the console output. So it's on the buffer and will immediately be output to the console window. We actually also have a member function on the cout object. So for example, that is a flush member function on the console output object, right? We have discussed flushing in the introductory videos in this lesson, but I just wanted to reiterate the flush member function and the flush stream manipulator. In this case, it doesn't matter all that much because any input from the cin, we have a cin statement here, and output to the standard error stream, so CERR, or program termination will actually call the cout.flush member function as well. Okay, so for example, if I don't flush this here, I'm doing cin here. But as we've seen in previous examples, this will actually display. You can see it displays even though I did not use the inline and I did not use the flush. Alright, and that's because the statement is going to flush that output stream cout. In future lessons, I may do additional demonstrations on this so we can see how the cout and cin is tied, and some of the other streams are tied as well. Thus that is happening right here with cout, and where cin flushes the cout stream. Basically that means these two are tied. In the future I may do a lesson on multi-threaded programming in C++, and in that case I may come back to some of these examples, such as tying and flushing, because some of those examples may make this even more obvious what's going on. But I hope you get the basic idea from these lectures. Okay, so I'll see you in the next lecture.